Hello everyone, Namaste. A very good morning to you. I'm coming to you from Vakala, my temporary base now. It's early morning here. So let me just quickly get on to the point. And the news coming from Bangalore, my city, is that Sanjay Sharma, a very senior uh, official working with the Aircraft Research and Design Center (ARDC) of HAL, has quit. And it's quite shocking to me because he has served HAL for for almost 27 years, and specifically for the Tejas program in the what you call as the integrated flight control system, the test rig, the Iron Bird. It's a very critical thing for the program at ARDC. Sanjay is called as the Iron Man of HAL because he has been wedded to the test rig, the I would say the Iron Bird facility at ARDC. And why did he quit? Because the Great Hindustan Aeronautic uh, Limited (HAL) denied him promotions consequently for almost 3 years. And and this is nothing new. This is no breaking news because this is how HR treats its people. One of the worst HR policies they have in terms when it comes to promotions and many things. I can write a book on it because I worked there as official spokesperson and the youngest spokesperson of MoD. When I quit Times of India and joined HL in 2005, I was just 32. Yeah, but okay, leave it on my story. But here, what is really, really bothering me is that what happens to the program, Tejas program, if good brains leave? It's a huge concern. Already many people have left. And not just from HL, even from other organizations. I don't want to name, but this is a huge concern for me. It's people like person like Sanjay leaving. It's a huge setback for the program because imagine the tons of experience he has got. इतना experience है कौन लेगा 100% उसको एक private company will grab him. There is no harm in Indian companies grabbing him or no, of course, I have concerns about foreign countries grabbing him because that's something which I am personally against. Because our knowledge, where is the might of India? If there are a lot of people working there, that's a different issue again. But here, coming back to Sanjay and knowing HL, there won't be any effort to retain him because as I told you, one of the worst HR setups in the world. And it's quite a mediocre kind of thing. And but some of you watched the Hamara Tejas program, which talks about anchored by Dr. Kota, which talks about the Iron Bird facility. You please go back. I'll share the link. You will see Sanjay Sharma there. So when somebody is, denied promotion, let's say 2022, 2023, 2024, 3 years, apparently, according to sources, and that's quite. And where will the motivation come? Where will the motivation come? What is the Ministry of Defense doing? Sleeping. MoD does nothing. And who is bothered if good talent leaves India? Tell me honestly. Twitter में लोग कुछ आवाज करेंगे, वो करेंगे, ये करेंगे, and सबको पता है. Even HAL knows 2 दिन में everything will die down. And there are two sides of the story. मैंने HAL will also might be having one side. Why did he quit all that? And I'm not trying to knock at the doors of HAL to get the response because the response will be pathetic. They will not respond. Yeah, maybe because it's Anand Krishnan. I might try to get some information, but I don't bother. I don't want to waste my time because now all of you know I have other priorities, especially health. And here, please don't blame the corporate communication, the PR setup of HAL. And now people should not take on to the social media and say PR is bad. No, PR is good. Extremely nice bunch of guys at the PR setup. But उन लोगों को ताकत नहीं है ना. They don't have any access to information or nor they can get anything. Sanjay leaving, ARDC, will definitely be a huge thing because in such a critical system, it is the Iron Bird. And you can, I remember talking to a couple of officials, and he worked with the likes of Air Chief Marshal Baduria Saab, Chotu Sup. Imagine. And I think group captain Sunit Krishna, Rajiv Kotia, इतना सारा एक्सपीरियंस लेके एक बंदे को छोड़े तो how it will be. And there are many more people in the organization, whether it is DRDO, whether it is HAL, both log there are upset with the kind of very mediocre policy because, there are people, brainless guys with no vision heading these HR departments. I know it. I met to see somebody who is inspiring in that department. I'm not telling about other department. There are problems because accountability nahi hai na. Who cares for the emotions of scientists in India? Tell me. Does the government care? Whether it is scientists or engineers, nobody cares. It's easy to blame them, the system. So, I just made some notes. I want to just read it out. It is very difficult to get, and Sanjay was the core of the Tejas control law, means testing the hardware in the loop, even right before the first flight itself, and uska strength of fly-by-wire technology mein, and he always ensured that the flight control system software in the digital flight control computer, it was always bug free before it went, and it's not an easy job. It's not an easy job. And remember, it's not just ARDC alone. He has to deal with ADA. He has to deal with other agencies, certifying agencies. So it's a quite critical job because we only often talk about LCA taking off, LCA landing, LCA going and showing performance. नहीं है. उससे पीछे बड़ा कहानी है. Anyway, very sad, very very shocking news that came last night. I did not try to because आजकल मैंने कुछ चेस्ट नहीं करते because I've been told by my doctors not to. So anyway, I hope Ministry of Defense, if somebody listens to this, I'm not sure, must wake up and stop these kind of and address these issues because talent, especially these kind of critical talent, अगर छोड़ के गए तो it's a problem for the program. I'm only worried about Tejas. That's it, guys. Keep watching Tarmac Media channel. Will bring you short and and impactful kind of programs. And let me also tell you, just show you my friend here. Behind. I don't know whether you guys saw. She's sleeping. That's why I did not put out all the lights. I didn't want to disturb her. Hey, Kala, look here. Kala, come, look here. See her. Can you guys see her? Yeah, she's there. There she is. Yeah. So she is a street dog, which I am taking care of in the last 1 month. And a lot of, this Wakala is full of street dogs and a lot of dog menace according to some people. But, I'm not getting into that menace issue. But these dogs are quite loving. And she's an indie dog. I took her to a vet. And she had platelet count issues, she had trauma, and she's a quite notorious dog. She often chases the bikers. There are guys who have fallen down, all that. And I have named her V Kala, and she's 6.5 years old. V Kala stands for Varkala also, no? Yeah. So I'm just trying to find a foster home, and this is Kerala. Remember, itna mushkil hai, baap re, even to breathe. You could be taxed here. Remember, वो मेरा state है, मेरा home state है. So even to take care of a street dogs, there are guys who will say क्यों करता है, क्यों करना है, छोड़ना उसको, क्यों लेना है. चलो. Thank you guys. Keep the tricolor pinned to your heart. Keep helping others. Jai Hind.